Welcome to YNU 5 Photos, coming to you from the campus of Yokohama National University here in Yokohama, Japan's second city. My name is Alec Macaulay. This is a broadcast for English language learners here in Japan and overseas. On the show, guests come in and talk about 5 photos that are important to them. Today I'm talking to Daniel from Hamburg in Germany, now living here in Yokohama. Hi Daniel.
Hi Alec, how are you?
Not bad, thanks. Now, you've brought in 5 photos for us. Could you tell me about photo number 1?
Yep. Photo number 1 shows my wife and 2 children in a park in Melbourne, where we lived before we came to Yokohama. My daughter Hannah, she's 4. My son David, he's now 2. And we just arrived in Yokohama in February this year, after living in Melbourne for about 3 years. So that was a fairly big move for us. And that photo was taken in winter, as you can see. We're wearing warm clothes, scarves, all really wrapped up, because in Melbourne the weather changes a lot. Sometimes you get 4 seasons in one day. Sometimes it's very hot in the morning. Then it rains at lunchtime, and in the evening it's freezing cold.
And so you're originally from Germany, but you emigrated to Australia a few years ago, right?
That's right. I was born in Hamburg, and I went to high school in Germany, and also to Australia in between when I was 15. I was an exchange student. I also went to Okayama for a year when I finished high school, and after I did my military service, and then went back to Germany, worked there for a few years, and together with my wife. And after working in Germany, we moved to Melbourne, where we lived for 3.5 years.
And you had another stint in Japan. In between times, you were at Hitotsubashi University for a while, weren't you?
That's right. After I finished my studies, my high school studies, and lived in Japan and did my military service, I studied at Melbourne University for 4 years. And as part of my degree, I went to Hitotsubashi University in Japan.
And photo 2 shows you packing up and getting ready to come out to Japan for your 3rd stint here in Japan. I mean, the first 2 times you came, you're a single man, but it's a big decision to move your wife and 2 children out to a foreign country. What made you decide to do that?
That's right. The photo that you can see here is with Hannah and David, just while we were packing up. As you can see, the whole house was a big mess. They were enjoying it though. They were jumping in and out the boxes and hiding and throwing things around. It was quite a lot of fun. The reason why we moved from Melbourne to Japan is that I basically wanted to change my job. I wanted to do something different. We wanted to live overseas again, because we like living overseas, and our children are still at an age where you can move around easier than if they're at, say, high school or university. My daughter's only in kindergarten and my son's in a playgroup a couple of days a week, so they're very flexible and adaptable. So we thought this would be the good time to make such a big move. We are probably not going to stay in Japan forever, but for the time being it's worked out really well. Children love it. I've got a new job here, I really like it, and my wife's settled in very well too.
And photo number 3 is from your early days during this stay in Japan.
That's right. We arrived in Japan in early, when was it? Early February. And we stayed in a weekly mansion in Yokohama before we moved into our house. And the photo you can see here shows my children on a playground that we found by chance walking through Yokohama. And the funny thing about the playground was that it was actually sponsored by the company that I now work for, a company called TUV Rhineland. The company, they specialize in checking products, for example, for quality and safety. And this particular playground was manufactured in Germany, and then set up in Yokohama by the company that I now work for. And on the top of the tower that Hannah and David are standing in on the photo is a big flag with the company logos.
Yeah, it's quite a coincidence. And photo number 4 is taken near your new house.
The photo that you can see here was taken from our kitchen window, and I'm on the bike with Hannah, taking her to kindergarten on the bicycle. So that's a maybe 10-minute ride down the hill and then again up the hill. So Hannah loves it because she doesn't have to pedal, and I have to carry my work bag and her kindergarten bag, and we always have fun riding down and up the hills. And the tree in the background that you can see is one of my favorite trees. I think it's a magnolia tree, and it was just in full bloom, I think. And in the background is the entrance to a temple, which is right next to our house. It's beautiful, very quiet, beautiful Japanese temple where the kids sometimes play as well.
I know the area you're living in is very popular with the German community because it's near the German school in Yokohama. Is there a big German community in Yokohama?
There are a lot of German people living in and around Yokohama and in the Tokyo area, because there are a lot of, I guess, German companies based in and around Tokyo or Yokohama. So I don't know the exact figures, but in the school, for example, that Hannah and David go to, there are now more than 500 children. That's ranging from playgroups through to final year. So there is a big community here, and a lot of the families live around the school in this neighborhood. So a lot of our friends here are German speaking, and it's a very interesting mix. A lot of the families, they're not German, but some of them are maybe married to, the father might be German, the wife is Japanese, or the wife is Swiss and married to an American, but they speak German. So it's a very colorful group of people, children at that school.
Okay, thanks very much. And your last photo, what's photo 5 about?
That's one of my favorite photos that we've taken so far. It was taken at a summer festival just around the corner from our house. There's another temple, and it was a beautiful evening, nice and warm, and people from the neighborhood all came together to celebrate. They had food stands, they had fairy floss, all sorts of activities for children, and then the dance in the middle of the stage. There was a kind of wooden tower, people on the top playing taiko drums, and those beautiful lanterns. They just created a really nice atmosphere, and it was a wonderful night. And that's one of my favorite images so far from Japan.
And during the rest of your time here, do you have any plans in terms of travel or immersing yourself in Japanese culture?
Yes, definitely. One of the next trips we want to do is to Okayama to visit my host family, the family that I stayed with in 1994. They live in a small village with only 12 houses, and we haven't seen them since we arrived here. I've just been too busy. They've been away, so we'll probably see them very soon and catch the bullet train down to Okayama and stay there for a little while. And another trip I really would love to do is to Okinawa, because I've never been to Okinawa, and I've only seen pictures and heard stories and how wonderful it is. So they're the next 2 travel destinations, if you like.
Okay, thanks for talking to us, Daniel.
Thanks, Alec. It was a pleasure.
Bye now.
Bye.